Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. What up, what up, what up? This is Unwrap, 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 baby. No, I have to say some stuff real quick. Oh yeah, no, go ahead.
You read it. Hopefully you understood it. We're gonna add to that nice bucket of fresh organic cusses. Good, nice, clean cusses. You know what I'm saying?
They read what?
The disclaimer.
And what did the disclaimer say? I have to say some stuff real
I
quick.
hope they read it.
Oh yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah, I mean, at least give them a little, a little something. You don't just be like,
respect the opinions of the people who
there we
come
go.
on the
There
show
you go.
and the host of the show.
Yeah.
Excuse the cusses or don't.
Yeah.
But please know they're coming.
Yes.
All right.
Pure discretion is advised.
Strongly.
Yeah. With that being said, this is Unwrap, baby. It's Unwrap, baby. We in the building. First and foremost, I want to say I want to give an apology to everybody that watched Mic Drop Wednesday. We had crazy problems. So my apologies to 606 family and everybody that watches that show. I don't know what happened. We had a glitch in the goddamn matrix or something, and it was just all fucked up. So my apologies. Tune back in next Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? We might be perfect, but we ain't always perfect. We're perfectly imperfect.
Yeah, shit happens.
How about that? We are perfectly imperfect. So shit happens. And I don't think like even shit's happening right now because I don't even think like that horn is being heard. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? They can't hear us talking either.
We might be perfect.
Huh?
We ain't always
want to go
perfect.
Out and
We're
come back
perfectly
in?
imperfect. No, I don't. We're not doing that. We are perfectly imperfect. Because that happened. I don't think like even shit yeah. Oh, now the motherfucker wants to play. See? Yeah. So we're in the building. We're in the building. Shout out to Ace Vito.
What up?
Also too, if you're watching, you can like, subscribe, share, would be greatly appreciated. Donate to the cause, all of that. Join.
Money, please.
Join our membership. You can click on join and you can see the different tiers of membership that we have. And with the membership, there's going to be perks with it because we got some behind the scenes shit jumping off.
You need to put back Eddie Arcadian as your picture.
We got what? Can I ma'am? It's talking about our membership.
I'm sorry, but
our membership. Our membership. Our membership. We're gonna have different tiers, but also too, there are going to be kind of sort of some really rated X kind of versions of a couple of shows once a month. And if you're a member, guess what?
You get to see whatever.
You get to see all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You get to see all that shit. Shout out Ill for Real in the building. On rap, baby. He knows the drill.
You can see they
yeah. But yeah, we got a lot of things jumping off. You know what I'm saying? So people help support everybody that watches the show. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, smash that notification button. You know what I'm saying? Support the cause because we it's a new year and we got a lot of shit coming and we got a lot of shit happening. And as I say all the time, we the coldest in the city.
We got out in these streets, y'all.
We out here in these streets. Okay.
Well, if we got to do the X-rated shit, we really gonna be out here in these streets.
Well, I don't know about you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not because I'm talking about I don't be on that track. You know what I'm saying? I send a motherfucker to the track,
but I fucking pinkies away.
Hey, well, you talking about being on the streets, and I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. It won't be this motherfucker right here. You know? You dig?
Help us. Fix it.
But I'll help you get them out there.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Maybe we could do something with that. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we'll start off stirring fruit salad slow in the big bowl.
You know what I'm saying? Pimp Chronicles. You know what I'm saying? We'll do some shit. Say what?
Can you dig that, baby?
Yeah. Absolutely. You know what I'm talking about? Get to the bread, baby. You know what I'm talking about? Anyways, yeah. So like, subscribe, share, like, subscribe, share. Notification, motherfucker. Do all that shit. We appreciate it so we can keep bringing you this outstanding content.
Yeah, and I think
tell a friend to tell a friend.
You know what I'm saying? To provide this extra shit.
Yeah. Oh no, we're gonna provide the extra shit. You know what I'm saying?
We want to support you how you support us.
Yeah, we're gonna bring y'all what y'all asking for. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
But I ain't gonna tell you. But yeah, we got some shit coming. We got things in the works. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm your boy Heat Detector. To my immediate left, we got the illustrious Xenos Jr. in the building. Yeah, shout out to that. Yeah. And shout out to yeah.
Woo!
Oh wow. Wow. So I was thinking about this shit before everybody got here, before the show, and I'm going to say this before we even get started.
Oh shit.
Because I know some shit and I feel like I'm a little outgunned tonight. So let it be known right now, I'm coming out blazing. If I hear some extra shit, I'm it ain't gonna be pew pew pew. It's gonna be rah, rah, rah.
What's the parameters of extra shit?
Hey man,
hey
man, I it's a family affair up in here, and I'm the redheaded stepchild. So
you just might be privy to some shit.
no. I'm just saying, tread lightly. You know what I'm saying?
Hell no.
Because you know,
it's been one of them days.
I you know what I'm saying, we got, you know what I'm saying, you over there, you got nigga over there, you know what I'm saying, got you right there, you know what I'm saying, got me right here.
I guess I am extra deep up in here today.
Yeah.
You're right.
No Diddy.
You're right. Damn.
Yeah.
I even had to
That was very Diddy-ish. Diddy-esque.
Yeah.
If you will.
We need to explore the female pause. That's a thing. Yeah.
I don't know that is a thing. I don't know that you could pause a woman.
You just paused me.
Well, fuck it. I mean, but you hit different. You know what I'm saying? You hit different.
You trying to say I got a dick adjacent?
Hey man, what you do in your private life is not my business.
That just felt weird.
You know what I'm saying? It's not my business. But I am excited about tonight because people like this gentleman tonight, who you know very well.
I do.
I like to say, I'm not going to say groundbreaking, but groundbreaking at the same damn time. And I you know me, man, I get horny for hip hop, and this is an individual who I feel like has, again, like the KRA, has taken it and moved and made their own lane and did their own goddamn thing and didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And that's a beautiful fucking thing to me. And at the amount of creativity, the amount of artistry, the amount of, you know, even not taking oneself so serious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to be able to what is the word I'm looking for? To to give that, you know what I'm saying? To be able to show that, you know what I mean, and give that experience to people
and be embraced
and to watch it like it vibrates at a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? And you know me, I don't be saying that shit just to be saying it. You know what I mean? Because if a motherfucker's whack, a motherfucker's whack. It is what it is. If a motherfucker's trash, they're trash. If they're mediocre, they're mediocre. You know, we have to get past this yes man type of mentality with artists. And, you know what I mean? Start telling the truth, because this is the reason why hip hop is in the state that it's in right now, because ain't nobody been telling these niggas, no, this ain't that. And the ones that haven't been putting their foot down on it and standing on that shit. But it's artists like this tonight that breaks the mold, that does some real solid ass shit, that does something that goes, huh? The fuck am I listening to? This different.
It's the light in hip hop.
Yeah, it is the light in hip hop, and I got a lot of questions. Shout out to Overdose Music in the building. Q, what up, dog?
I need a favor from you, by the way.
She needs a favor. I'm outgunned tonight, so I'm gonna be careful, but trust and believe. Niggas get to shooting, I'm gonna start shooting. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So tonight, let's just get to it, man. Tonight we got. Go ahead. No.
Investor or some shit.
No. I wasn't. No, I know his fucking name, but
shit.
I'm gonna tell you something about his name real quick, because I have to. There's something Diddy about it that I don't want to Diddy with. You know what I'm saying? And it's craziness because it's a dope name, But it's like when you say it, you feel kind of dirty.
Yeah, so we'll start with that also.
Okay.
Because I just realized when we was on the way here, I thought to myself, we never had a conversation about that shit.
You feel dirty while saying, I felt dirty typing the shit.
Well, you know
what I'm
I'm
saying?
gonna tell you about all that shit.
Yeah, well,
you know.
Go ahead with the introduction. Can you at least talk about him, say something, make it fucking grandiose?
Make it grandiose.
Yes.
Okay. Don't know if I could do that shit. But I feel some type of way because, it is somebody that I am, extremely very close to. Kind of, raised them up and shit. And I feel weird in a way because it's like when you show somebody different things, you don't know what the fuck they're gonna do with it. And like the shit that has been created from just kind of being different, you know what I'm saying, walking to a different beat, being yourself and really truly embracing self-expression. You know what I'm saying? Like ever since he was super little, he been marching to his own beat, you know what I'm saying? And never gave a fuck about what a motherfucker said in the truest sense. You know what I'm saying? And like that has manifested into what y'all about to see, you know what I'm saying? And like when we talk about taking chances, you know what I'm saying? Taking chances, just really embracing hip hop and running with it, you know what I'm saying? And waving the fuck out his flag, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck y'all. Either y'all gonna ride or y'all not. Either way, I don't give a fuck. I'ma still do my shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Word.
I hope y'all enjoy the fuck out of this just like I am, Ladies and gentlemen, show you suck.
I'm gonna let because if I keep saying that, I can't even look at the nigga and say the shit. You know what I'm saying? What's happening, brother?
What's happening?
I'm very excited to hear everything that she already fucking knows. I find your music fucking dope as fuck on some real shit, and I'm a snob, man. I ain't even going. You know what I'm saying? That. I ain't even gonna.
I appreciate that for real.
Yeah, because I
get it.
Yeah, yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that you get it.
Yeah.
Because I really don't. I don't be trying to hurt motherfuckers' feelings, but I do tell motherfuckers the
honest.
truth. I'm very honest about it.
Yeah.
And I think it's important within hip hop. You can turn down a little.
And it's respected though, don't you think? Like if you do give a motherfucker constructive criticism, even if they be a little hurt, they're gonna come back and be like, okay,
yeah,
I was listening to what the fuck you said after I cussed you out, and you're right.
Yeah, and that's for those that'll listen, that happens. Have people that I'll say stuff to, and they'll take it. They'll get offended at first, but then after they let it sit and marinate for a minute, they're like, oh shit. I mean, he was right.
Yeah.
I have to make this change or switch to this or adjust this or do that. I don't hear that in your music. I don't hear anything like that.
Before we do that shit, we always let people introduce themselves. So tell these motherfuckers who you are, where you're from, what you did, and how you did it.
Pull your mic up just a little bit up.
I totally lied to you when I told you that was okay. I'm sorry.
We gonna get it right.
Yeah. Shout out Mr. 20%.
Oh, hey, what's happening?
What down?
There we go.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you're good now. You ain't got to be all like that.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
What down? I'm a rapper from Chicago named Show You Suck. I guess I'm now also a producer. I just make shit. I'm at the point in my life I make shit.
Create.
Yeah.
Create. Don't say make.
But I be rapping.
You're an artist. Say I create.
I be rapping.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, you're not a rapper. You're not a rapper.
So I never fucking asked you, where the fuck did your name come from?
You never talked about the name?
No.
By the way, they're related.
He's my brother.
That's my sister. Okay, so you always knew me just as Show, right?
Yeah.
And that first started as Show Nuff.
Right.
My first rap name was Show Nuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then
we'll get you an ashtray.
I appreciate that. And then
you got one right there.
Yeah, that's mine.
Oh, okay. Well, goddamn.
So I started off as Show Nuff, right, from The Last Dragon, right?
Yeah. Show Nuff.
Because we come from a Last Dragon family.
Yeah. And then
Bruce Leroy.
You know what time it is? And then we met them fools in that group Soldiers at War.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a cat in that collective named Show Nuff. So I was like, out of some respect for my elder type shit, I dropped enough.
Mm-hmm.
I was just Show, right? And this is before the internet era for real,
right.
For real. And then in the internet era come around, and I figure out, oh fuck, I can't Google I can't Google myself if my name is just Show.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's fucking impossible. So it's like I gotta add something to it or I gotta do something. It's like I can't completely change it because people literally call me Show. Like it's just what people call me at this point. And this time also coincided with the era of mine when I started performing at hardcore shows, like at like punk shows. And I was always coupled with, like on a show with a band, and all those bands had real long names like Slay the Bear and
Up your butt with a rubber hose.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Two Fists of Fury. You know, like they always had these long names, and I was just Show. So I was kind of looking at the flip of it and going, oh, okay, in rap, why don't I have just like a name that's like a statement?
Right. It's a statement.
Right. That's one part of it, right? So I'm looking, so my brain is scanning. Like I need to like make a name that's like maybe it's a statement. I don't know. And I was watching the Up in Smoke tour DVD. You know, the Dre, Snoop, Chronic, and the Ice Cube set. Ice Cube got the shit. I think he may still do it to this day, where he had a crowd. Yeah,
who gives a fuck what Ice Cube does? Yeah, fuck you, Ice Cube.
Yeah. It's like, oh, that's fucking tight, right? You get the crowd.
Beautiful.
Be like, fuck you, that's cool. In my head, I'm starting going like, what's my version of that? Right? Like, I'm not gonna have the crowd be like, fuck you, Show. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's not me, you know, that ain't my vibe, right? What's my version of that? It's like, oh, I can let them tell me I suck.
Right.
Show you suck. I was like, oh, just make that my name. That's hilarious. So in my brain, I'm like, if you're scrolling a blog, it was strictly on some like marketing mind shit.
Right.
If you're scrolling a blog, you see.
Well, you just made me feel real stupid for thinking Diddy shit. Like, because I'm over here like, oh, okay, so yeah, I get that part, but I'm over here like, Show you suck.
Well, you know, you can't.
You know what? There was two instances, and my brain totally didn't think in that area, right? So you're not wrong for thinking in that area. And there was two instances early on where two people told me that like I was never gonna make it nowhere with that name. And that's the only time everyone was ever like, you never gonna make it nowhere. You know,
right.
I ain't never had nobody listen to my music and just like, you're never gonna make it, you know.
You're never gonna make it.
You know, and
not with that name, kid.
And it was one of those things where it's like I could definitely hear it as I understand. You know, hearing them say that, I understand.
Right.
But to me, the name was also just like a line in the sand. It's like you can't get past what my name is. It's like,
fuck you.
Fine, you know, yeah. It's an easy like, all right, cool.
You just say to them, you suck.
I mean, I wasn't surprised, honestly.
But on some live shit though, it's ill because look at everyone in the room. Because if you fuck with me, you gonna yell whatever I tell you to yell. If you don't fuck with me, it's your chance to tell me that you don't fuck with me.
Right.
So it was always great. You know, that always worked at shows.
I get it now.
Incorporated to my name, yeah. But yeah, I always knew that name was going to keep me out of certain rooms. And I was just like,
all right.
I don't know like that it would keep you out of a room.
At the time. Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Not like, I'm not gonna say maybe it has things.
There's niggas out there with worse fucking rap names than that.
Oh, yes, but that don't mean I haven't felt the repercussions.
What type of repercussions?
You know, like missing opportunities and
like
one time, you know, my first time playing Winkle Park Fest, for real, I had to play the kid stage and they had to build me a show. It's so awesome.
I do remember that.
I played the kid stage.
The way you said that, I had to play the kid stage.
Yeah, I had to play the kid stage. So I did low-key kid-friendly versions of my song.
Are there kid-friendly versions of your songs?
But you know what's crazy? All my early shit is all clean. But it ain't clean, right?
It's very innuendo-ish.
Yeah, it ain't clean, but it ain't clean. So people just thought I was just clean. People just thought I was
Despicable Me type shit.
Sure. But
I'm trying to speak in movies, goddammit.
Yeah, it's
because Despicable Me has a lot of innuendos and a lot of adult comedy, but it's blended in with the children. There you go.
Yeah.
But I feel you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at it.
Look at he talking in movies.
Man, look, man.
All I ask is for effort. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Even if the shit don't stick, I'll take it.
Whatever, man.
Okay.
There's a little tone in your voice right now. It's really not jiving with me right now.
Okay, so let me tell you this. And okay, so I have this thing, right?
It has nothing to do with the movies. I think it has
No.
to do with, I'm feeling.
There's two people in this world that it's a segment from my husband and children. You know what I'm saying? When you basically have taken care of two people your entire life, that does ever go away. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I'm in the room with if it's either one of them or both of them, it doesn't matter. I always have this thing.
Some mama bear shit.
Like I will rip out your fucking trachea.
No, you won't.
But no, not you.
I will hit you with this
I'm just saying,
machine right here.
The undertone is always there, just in case. Like,
well, I'm
so
telling
you know,
you
just
now.
stay ready. You ain't got to get ready.
Before the
You know
show,
what I'm saying?
God damn it.
I don't want to. I come in peace. I don't want to fight. Okay.
I ain't playing.
You know.
So you know.
All right? Yeah,
I'm ready.
What the fuck?
We'll flame your ass.
That's terrible. This shit might be flammable too.
Can we get back to the
Yes, right. So bars and shit and whatnot. So let's talk about, because you have a very unique everything, right? So where the fuck did everything come from? Like as far as music is concerned, like your appreciation for everything. Like, what the fuck is that all about?
I think it is start at movies.
Soundtracks are very fucking important to us.
Soundtracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're important.
But I think that was my first. I didn't really understand how movies outside of soundtracks work, right? I didn't understand how like a singular artist worked. Like I didn't understand the concept of singles, albums.
Right.
I didn't really learn that because I got exposed. You just had a ton of fucking music, right? Like, and I got to pick through a ton of your music and shit. So that's how I learned a lot of that shit. Yeah, I mean, in terms of music, like it came.
Did
came
you?
From you.
Wait. I have to stop right here.
Yeah.
Did you bring this nigga on the show so you could get all kinds of accolades and all kinds of shit? Did you bring him here? No. Did you bring him here to boost your fucking ego?
I needed it today, though. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Goddamn.
But no, so we're fucking clear.
On some real shit though, like I'm not sure we gave a fuck about like the movie itself. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it. I'm just
like Boomerang and shit. Like I didn't give a fuck who was in that movie. I didn't even see that movie until probably like 15 years after the shit came out. Well, I mean, you know. I mean, but all the fucking soundtracks, you know, and then compilation albums also.
Yeah.
Like I hate that now. That's not necessarily like a thing. Like my homies and shit. Like all that shit was like so fucking brilliant.
Listen, the Ride soundtrack.
Nigga.
The Ride soundtrack.
God damn it, man.
Come on.
Y'all want me to go sit on the couch and watch the shit?
Come on.
God damn it, man.
The Ride soundtrack was crazy.
Man. I feel like I should just go sit on the couch and just watch.
Like the world ain't the same no more. Like when they took away the CD books.
You talking to me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
When they took away the CD books and the CDs, they just, they kind of just took away.
Greatest compilation album ever.
Damn.
Greatest compilation album ever?
Mm-hmm.
That's a horrible question. That's terrible. Goddamn.
I ain't gonna hold you. I kind of feel like 8Ball lost. It's kind of high key a compilation album, so I kind of want to say that.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, because in my head, I a lot of times reach to like the Dynasty album.
Oh yeah, that is a compilation album.
Yeah,
that's a compilation album.
Yeah, because I like the idea of your favorite artist in like just, hey, come check these motherfuckers out. I fuck with them.
I got a compilation album. You'll love it.
Oh shit.
It's called TRU.
Oh.
Today's my favorite.
Right. So moving forward.
What's your favorite compilation?
There's only one. What? Chronic. It says Dr. Dre, but that was a compilation album. Make no mistake about it.
Hey, I'm with you when you're right. I'm with you when you're right.
Yeah.
It was a compilation.
It's only like what, 2 or 3 songs on there with no feature.
Low key, Doggy Style is a compilation album too.
Yeah. And it was so pristine, man. Like some of that, hey, Doggy Style ain't gonna never leave my shit.
Hey, but you know what's crazy though? I don't connect to Doggy Style and Chronic like that.
No,
you wouldn't.
I'm more of a dog. I like the Dogfather more
because he was too young. He was too
young. I get you on that, but if we're talking about compilation albums, because when I first heard the Chronic, that's all I thought was compilation album. I didn't think Dr. Dre. Same with the Aftermath album. What
It was the Aftermath album,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That was
yeah.
definitely
the
that
first
album.
one.
Yeah.
And then, you know, by the time you got old enough to really start to appreciate music, I was already in my 3-6 phase.
Habito,
Yes.
KRA, what's
Yeah.
cracking?
Yeah.
KRA's in the building.
What out?
So I wasn't fucking with Snoop and Dre and them at that moment. 'Cause I was
Yeah.
heavy 3-6.
3.
Project
I
Pat.
feel like, and I might tell this the wrong way.
I ain't hating, man. Hate.
In past interviews and shit, I might have said this the wrong way, but in my brain, I feel like in one weekend, you put me on to 8-Ball MJG,
Mm-hmm.
3-6 Mafia,
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z,
Mm-hmm.
Scarface,
Mm-hmm.
and Capone and Noriega.
Yeah.
I feel like that all happened in one weekend. I was and this is Jay-Z pre-volume 1.
I told you we should take them trips.
No,
to the record store and
because
shit.
I'm wondering where this hip hop head has been because
Fuck you.
she don't be saying none of that shit. She don't talk none of that shit.
Liar.
I'm sitting over here. Like,
He's
I want to say, bitch, so you do all this music on this
liar.
going back to Bill? Like,
He's a liar. And then when I be telling him
Capone,
he don't be believing me.
My rap taste was so crazy that I would go back to Bellwood and just like I couldn't listen to music with nobody.
Yeah.
I was so advanced. Like people, motherfuckers, like back in Bellwood, motherfuckers. I was saying a lot of Chicago. Didn't fuck with Jay-Z until volume 2.
Yeah.
Until Hard Knock Life.
Yeah.
I was like, I've been listening. I was telling my friends, I've been trying to get y'all to listen to him forever.
And then remember when I broke my leg?
Yeah.
Shit.
Super locked
That's
in.
all the fuck we could do. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't fucking go nowhere. You know. But
make tapes.
Yeah.
Like just downloading, just like fucking. Just downloading possible flows to my head at all times.
When did you first start rapping or thinking about rapping?
Probably 7th grade.
7th
grade, I started like writing shit out. 8th grade is when I was like rapping to myself, like out like reading the shit, like kind of rapping. And then high school, like freshman year is when I started to record, like actually met other motherfuckers who like rap. But like for real, maybe like 7th grade when it was like.
Was she trying to Russell Simmons your ass?
Oh no, hell no.
Was she like go back and write it again? That ain't shit.
I was letting them live. Shit. All I wanted was them to not be closed-minded about music.
Nah, at all.
Because like the shit that I was listening to like Portishead and fucking Smashing Pumpkins and I really liked Aerosmith at one point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
see, this is what I'm saying.
You was really into
No. I want to thank you. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for being here tonight because I don't know who the fuck this motherfucker is sitting across from me right now that pulled up tonight because that's the motherfucker that should be on the show every fucking Friday.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have him sit on the couch and maybe I'll come back. I don't know.
Any other Friday is he's just sitting there like this. Or playing Candy Crush.
But you know what that came from? Like that came from like hanging out with girls and like them liking like fucking I don't know who the fuck immature or whoever, you know what I'm saying? Like I hated that shit. But and you know, I ain't had nothing against R&B music and whatever that kind of music was. But it was just like, just because you have a fucking vagina don't mean you gotta listen to this bullshit. Like what the fuck is
Did you listen to Little Kim?
I did, but I wouldn't. Are
you and I interviewing her?
I think so. Fuck it. I guess so. I wasn't really checking for that shit at the time because it was other shit that I really liked.
But see, then I got because you know what, I was into that, but I got it from Royal.
Yeah.
My cousin Royal.
Yeah.
Because he would buy music and not care about it. So I would just go over there and just like take whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I think you brung a psychodrama tape to the crib that you got from him. Yeah, I remember that.
I would take, he wouldn't even care.
Yeah, but when he was maybe like in 7th, 8th grade-ish.
Oh, you talking to me? Oh,
when he was like,
I'm back in, coach.
Shut up. Back in. It was before he went to high school. Like something had to pull me out of my 3-6 phase because I didn't give a fuck about shit.
Yo, that shit
like
changed.
3-6.
Set me a course.
I think it was 3-6 and Scarface and 8-Ball. Like I was stuck there for damn near 2 years. Like just whoa, you know what I'm saying? I need to be here. But with 3-6, it was the production.
Let's back that statement up just a little bit.
Yeah.
I need to be here.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be here.
Here?
Yes. Lock in.
Lock in with you?
Here. Yes.
Here. Right on. So it was like the production and stuff, and like the music, and, you know, like the sampling and shit. You know, like I needed them to know the music.
Right.
So like if you hear a song and it sounds
Were
familiar,
you holding class?
yes, literally.
No, we
we
used
used
to the booklet and they had
I used to
they
make.
had all the games.
I taught them niggas how to read the. And another thing I used to do was I used to make them tell me.
Who the fuck you playing that?
You nigga, I used to make them tell me like, okay, this song sound familiar. Why?
Yep.
And we ain't doing shit until you come back and tell me where it came from and who it came from.
What do you think drove her to do that to you? Do you think she saw? Do you think she saw something? No, I'm saying, do you think she saw something into you, as like an artist or something?
No.
Clearly, it inspired you. Clearly, it had an impact on you.
Yeah, she was just fun.
Yeah, we bonded over music. My dad did it to me.
I wouldn't even know rapper in my head. I wasn't even like. I didn't even feel like I had an inkling of that shit. Like it was just the music was just fucking tight.
Yeah,
the shit was cool. She was showing me all this cool shit.
Right.
And I even take it another step further, just because all the different magazines you had put me on to so much shit. Like it just set me a course to like. I was reading from magazines you had. I was reading about motherfuckers that I later ended up in their offices and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like retelling like the stories.
Dopest shit ever. Because in the bedroom that we was all in, there was no walls in the room. Like it was all covered in magazine pictures. Like completely fucking covered by all type of shit.
Magazines you had, I was reading about motherfuckers.
But the thing about like fucking with them about music, I got that from my dad because my dad would do it to me. So like if we would be listening to something in the car or whatever, and I'd be like, oh, that's my jam. He'd be like, well, why? Like you don't. I fucking hate you so much. Oh fuck. It's that note right there. That's what it is. Oh.
I just every time I need to get us back on track.
That's what you're gonna do.
That's what I'm gonna.
I got you. But yeah, no, like you know, I wanted them to enjoy music the way that I enjoyed music. I really appreciated all kinds of music. I also fucking hated when you had black people would be like
me. You said you.
Would you like me to look at him when I talk so you don't think I'm fucking if there's a thing?
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
No, I'm just saying, generally speaking, like if it was fucking rock music, whatever, fuck you listening to that shit for, you know, whatever.
Oh yeah.
You know, I couldn't stand that shit, and I didn't want them to do that shit.
Dude, I think it's like one six times we get the like Blockbuster, and I got a Hanson single.
They're talking right through.
Hey, that nigga was hilarious to me.
Yeah.
The niggas was hilarious.
That just set a crazy.
Shout out Choco 9
for the type of shit.
Brilliant,
you know.
Which is basically every fucking thing. Yeah. Okay, so then you started writing, you started rapping to yourself. At what point did you think I could probably do this shit?
When I had my first headlining show at Reggie's. It's also my first sold out show. When I had walked out and saw everybody, I was like, oh shit. All right, maybe I can do that. that was like 2000 and like 11 or 12.
So you've been doing it for a minute.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I've seen so many people come and go.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, that's the one thing about it.
Circles. I didn't see. Yeah. That's the craziest shit. That's the shit that give me chills. I done seen so many come and go.
Yeah. And it's crazy because a lot of times they could be right at the verge of it and just not know it and give up.
I don't blame nobody.
Right.
I don't blame anybody at all. Like
I do. Sometimes
it just be too much.
Yeah,
you know?
It's just weird.
Yeah.
It fried my brain. It's just weird, bro. This shit is weird. And I was not prepared for the ride whatsoever. It was fast as hell. I was not prepared whatsoever. It was just fucking weird. So I get it.
It's sometimes like you think like the train take off though too, because I don't know if you've ever thought about this. You know, like what he just said, like it's different for you because so like I have to do the shows that I'm involved in. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not here for mic drop. I can watch it if I want, you know, whatever. But like you're here for every goddamn show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like I be thinking about that shit like, you know, in a real way, like when shit take off. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a part of you that now doesn't belong to you when you're doing what you do, you're now doing that for every motherfucking body, right? And it's like if you're not prepared to let that shit go, you're gonna get stuck in the middle of it. Like, oh fuck, you know what I'm saying?
These are the things I had talked to you guys about from the beginning.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It like for me, it's I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you probably feel the same way a little bit. Like once you've been doing it for a while, like nothing really phases you. Like it would have to be some wild shit to be like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
You
but
know
to
what
be
I'm
an
saying?
artist though, like
Yeah,
every time you step on that motherfucking stage,
yeah,
you know,
you got to give a little bit of yourself.
Yeah.
Every fucking time. Not a little bit. You give a lot.
a whole
lot.
Well, for
motherfucking
me, the stage wasn't even the part that was like
The stage ain't shit.
the stage wasn't even like the I don't say traumatizing.
Let me guess.
But like the draining part of it, right? It's like it's the parasocial relation. It's the relationships.
Mhm.
It's the relationships.
Yeah.
It's so draining. Like a lot of cases before a show, after a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
The
is
merch
draining.
table. The merch table.
Because
It's the
it's
same way.
emotional.
Yeah.
It's very emotional, and especially as an artist, it's emotional because we put a lot of our emotions and feelings into what we craft, and so that's draining within itself. And then taking your little baby that you make and you hand it off, and you pray to God everybody's gonna love that baby like you do. You know what I'm saying? And it's all draining.
That was always
Yeah, for me,
terrifying
it's
to
just
me.
people just say whatever the fuck they want to say when you like when they consume what you make.
Right. Well, they feel like they have the right
And
to say.
it's not about people being disrespectful. It's just literally people tell you fucking
Mhm.
everything. And
Yeah.
for me, it's a wild ride to take me on.
Right. Well, think about it. Like
But
music,
I was not prepared. For
music is everybody's therapy.
Yeah.
And you become their therapist,
you
so
know
to
what's
speak.
the craziest thing I learned about art from my time at working at an art gallery,
Mm-hmm.
curating art spaces, and then becoming a performance artist, right? The wildest thing I learned about art is that you can make something for any reason you want, and it's forever going to be the reason that the person looking at it came up with.
Mm.
Forever. I watched someone make a painting of a tree just out of scraps last minute before our opening, right? Got some scraps laying around. I'm gonna do something with these scraps. Made a tree. Hung it to the wall. And for the next 4 hours, I watched people come into this space and look at that tree on that wall and get 400 different stories of why that tree is there. Convincingly.
Right.
It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I took that, didn't fully understand what I saw there and learned there, but I took it. I locked it in, right?
Right.
Become a rapper. And I'm intentionally making songs that are not trauma dumps.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not necessarily trying to make songs to help people through things. All the songs are light for the most part.
Right.
They reference pop culture things, for the most part. Then I go on tour. And just so many people come to me and tell me how a song, and I hope this don't sound like disrespectful, but we just talking truths here. And it's such a crazy feeling to have someone come to you and be like, "Oh yeah, your song Pop Your Pizza like saved me." It's like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, that's what I was talking about earlier. Well, right before we got the beginning of this whole conversation, because music is one of those things. It's perception.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So if you hear, let's say, 7775309. Now he's talking about the bitch's phone number or whatever. Jenny, what is it? Whatever.
Yeah.
But depending upon the moment in time that you hear that song, whatever emotional place you were in, that's how that song is going to be in your brain. That's how. So if these people are coming in and they're seeing this tree, whatever their emotional state was coming in, looking at that tree, that's what they're going to see. Because I have songs and stuff that like on my playlist that have absolutely nothing to do with how I feel about those songs when I hear them. You know what I'm saying? They bring back nostalgia. They bring back smells, scents. Some of them bring back pain and anger. You know what I'm saying? And some of them songs are fucking happy as shit.
Yeah, I didn't know I was activating a lot of people's nostalgia. Nostalgia is such a crazy drug to tap into. It's a very cheap drug to tap into for people. And I didn't realize I was doing it because a lot of the music of mine that hit has a lot of pop culture references. And I was talking about shit that I was currently doing. Like I'm currently watching Beavis and Butthead. I'm currently, I didn't realize that I was tapping into people's nostalgia. Teen years,
Yeah.
So people were like, so these attachments were developing that I just didn't foresee at all. Like, and it's
that's dope that you see that, because there's a lot of artists that do songs and they don't realize when people come up and they say things, they just go, oh, this
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
and I've definitely had that. I've had that too. I've been a victim of that, but like I've had that viewpoint too, because I just didn't expect. I didn't expect the like type of effect. And and I got to the point I started telling people like, yo, you save yourself, you know what I'm saying? I was just I was just a soundtrack, G. Like, I'm happy to be the soundtrack, but I was just a soundtrack, G. You got it. Shit like that. But that's just heavy. That was a heavy thing that I was not like.
When we make shit though,
that was part of the gig at all.
But yeah, it is though. But when
it was like the shit, it's like a gun just came out. And it was just like, oh shit, I didn't know how serious this was. And I'm like already on the train. I'm just on the train now. So I'm going all these places and
welcome to being welcome to being an artist, and welcome to being creative. Because when our brains are wired that way, we tap into things that we don't even realize we're tapping into. We're tapping into a higher vibration.
I'm curious.
All that shit. Because not trying to get all like,
You talk about nostalgia. When you hear or what up?
Mr. CJ talks.
What up?
I'm pretty sure you about to go somewhere and do something, so be safe. When you hear Tracy Lee, right? Whether you hear his name or listen to his song, what do you think about? Like, where does it pull you to? Because when I listen to that nigga, or even Brooklyn's Finest, or
Tracy Lee.
Yeah.
I would not have Tracy Lee. The Tracy Many Faces album, that just showed me what could be possible on some
Tracy Lee
type shit. How much fun
Tracy Lee.
Also, listen, hold on, let me cook. Also, he showed me like later on. I recontextualizing his album. He learned, or not learned, but he showed that you can take mediocre songs, and if you put a world around it, it actually elevates them and actually kind of brings it together.
Yeah, right.
Because Many Faces, without the narrative and without the lore, it's just like 8 or 9 kind of mediocre.
Yeah.
No, Bad Boy era songs.
It's mediocre.
Yeah.
But when you wrap it with the concept album, it's so sick.
Yeah. The concept.
When you got the booklet and you're reading about each personality, and like, bro, he really thought out the lore. It really made a blueprint for me and how I do shit. And I ain't no way in hell I was gonna come across that album if it wasn't for you. Like, so that's one of the cool. And I did a presentation on that album and reached out to him about it.
I never knew that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I wrote him a whole I DM'd him a whole story, how you did, how you put me onto that album, because you got it from.
I found that shit at a fucking like a replay shop or some shit.
Yeah. And I just told him like how I view that album, like, and he just answered some questions for me, and I did this presentation at G-Man Tavern, like a PowerPoint presentation about the album, basically.
Oh wow.
Because it's so ill how you can take some I don't want to say mid, like boring.
But it was just like a song. It's just a fucking song, right? Yeah. But it was just a song.
How that lore just like elevated that shit.
Yeah.
And I just a lot of my earlier tapes, that's the premise I wrote on. It's like these songs don't have to be fucking like triple A. You know what I'm saying? Let's make some fucking cool ass songs and let's sell them. let's fucking figure out how to fucking,
package it.
Yeah,
Sell it.
yeah. Let's sell the fantasy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, that's exactly what you're doing, is selling the fantasy.
And I think when we went through them albums, like the first couple of times, like we was literally cramming motherfucking Donkey Kong Country.
Yes, yo,
and super, like up for 3 days and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking living on just kid shit. And every time I hear any of them songs, that's exactly what the fuck I think about. Every time I hear Brooklyn's Finest, I can almost feel the goddamn controller in my hand, which is so fucking weird.
And it was just like, it was so crazy to be up on that shit and no one else around me was into that
Nobody. The most dumb shit. Like, and then, you know what? I kind of also did it selfishly as well, because I was isolated in a lot of ways, because I ain't had nobody to talk to about music like that. You know what I'm saying? My dad listened to a little bit, you know. Some shit, he was just like, I'm not finna listen to this nigga talk about how he finna shoot a motherfucker. Like, I'm finna go listen to Earth, Wind, and Fire. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, when I could get him to listen to some shit, he really liked Scarface. You know what I'm saying? Like, right away. But, like, for the most part, I had to talk to them two niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was like, fuck it. I'm finna teach these niggas how to appreciate music, because I don't know what the fuck to do. Because every chick I hung out with, no way. No fucking way. Absolutely not.
And I was the only motherfucker in my grade reading magazines.
Right.
Like reading.
Cover to cover, goddamn it.
Just pulling the, you know.
Right.
I was reading, like, no, and it's crazy hearing all these, like, hip-hop people do these interviews. You know, all these, you know, cats from the 2000s, 90s do all these interviews and tell these stories. And it's like, damn, I had to read all these stories already, because I was reading every damn magazine. You know?
Yep.
I was trained to read every damn hip hop magazine I can get.
And I had mentioned to him that when a lot of I'm not trying to bring that shit up and go down the rabbit hole.
DJ Country was my shit. The Mind Card had me going crazy.
A Mind Card, yeah.
Hey, you don't know how many motherfucking times I lost my shit to that,
man.
But I was telling you that when the Diddy shit was really going down, some of the things that came out in the press, I was like, man, back in the day, a lot of that shit was out in the magazines, but it was the way you got the surface. You ain't get like a lot of names that are vital people that are I saw this and I saw that. Them motherfuckers, like, all that shit, like, was shit out there. So when they be bringing it up, it's like, well, goddamn, but yeah,
The writing was on the wall.
It was definitely in bright
big ass graffiti letters.
Yes.
Mean that bad boy?
Fuck no. Yes, you did.
2012.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, 2012.
Tell us about the meeting.
Yeah. It was crazy. My first New York trip, and the main purpose of it, I had a show with Travis Porter.
Nice.
Yeah, I had a show with Travis Porter. It was my first New York trip, and I had a meeting with Fool's Gold Records playing. It's my favorite record label, all time. Fool's Gold. But when I guess I quickly learned how it works over there. Once you got a meeting with like a tastemaker label, then everybody else know about it. So
what's going on?
Emails, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that was the time where people was trying to sign blog era artists,
right?
You know? So I ended up in a lot of offices I had no business being in, and
no, you had every business being there. No, I mean, there's a. You'll learn like
that. They know what to do with me, cuz they know what to do.
It don't matter, but the process of being there, being in those rooms, meeting people, maybe you didn't understand what was going on at the time, but you have a better understanding. But that was the reason.
It's the New York press label run to me is like what the antithesis of what I hate about doing this. It's a weird ass meat market, and you meeting all these square ass people that can really just change your life if they just fucking so decide.
Swivel chair ass niggas, as Jay Valentine
all
say.
These meetings that like just don't have no purpose.
What's the purpose?
And they know I'm just coming here and hopefully gonna hear something that's gonna change my life. It's the fucking weirdest thing ever, bro. It's the weirdest thing that we all just like agreed to do. Like, it's so fucking weird. And it I do not like it so much. But the one place I always Fool's Gold Records, man, I always take it back to them, man. Always treating me so well, coming through, like treating me like a fucking human. You don't get treated like a human in these offices. It's fucking weird, bro.
Yeah,
it's like they blow smoke up your ass, but you don't feel like it's fucking weird, bro. It's so weird.
And then I imagine that they send the most uninterested person to see you first.
Bro, it's like okay, it's a few scenarios, right? You either get brought in by like the super enthusiastic intern that knows everything about you. The person that everyone in that building should be listening to. It's always the intern.
yeah.
It's always. I mean, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. I was in the offices at 300 Entertainment, but I wasn't there as an artist. I also used to be a personal assistant to my friend Floyd Davis.
Shout out to
fine
Floyd.
artist.
Dope as fuck.
Bill, just fucking insane human being.
You know, he was there on our first date, coincidentally, right?
Oh shit.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was. He's the 300 Records Entertainment sign that you see everyone take a picture of. Floyd made it, handmade it, and we delivered it and installed it there. So I'm in this building as a fucking like laborer, worker, right? Not a rapper. And Leor Cohen, Kevin Lyles is there, and they're having a meeting in this room, and they're literally playing the Thugga Migos album that got shelved, the legendary Migos and Thugga album, collab album. So they playing it, and I hear them in this room talking about how they don't know what to do with it at all. And oh wow,
I was a part of that shit.
I'm hanging up this shit on this wall, bro.
And YG.
Okay. I'm looking over at the intern, and this intern, bro, is just scrolling SoundCloud and just on top of every fire ass up and coming like person that they should be looking at. I'm literally just looking at this person and just scroll, and it's just like, and it's just all the homies. It's like, oh, it's like this motherfucker know what's up right here. That's so crazy. He's sitting here in this office, and they in this room don't know what to do. We're probably the most coveted post-trap project that you could have. Like, it's just insane. Those offices are insane.
Yeah, let me tell you how I know exactly what he's talking about, because the head of well, he's not the head, but he was like the real money guy behind Rockefeller, right? Like a fucking billionaire. My guy, just like my best friend, Lou Yu, shout out to Lou Yu. He used to work for Rockaware or whatever. When he was working there, he was a creative director for Rockaware and Rock Nation. They call him because they don't know what to do with the fucking Migos. They have the main guy, the real money man, not Jay-Z and all them other motherfuckers. This some Jewish guy. He's got all the bread. He's got everything, and they don't know what to do with YG, Migos, and what's the other artist you just
Young Thug.
Young Thug, yeah. So they tell Lou, they'll give him the office. He can name the label anything the fuck he wants, unlimited resources, everything.
They just need him to
do something with that shit.
Do
something with it. He calls me because he don't know. He only fucks with golden era hip hop. But they went to him because he's like the real hip hop guy in the office.
So see, that's like insane, bro.
Yeah.
You got interns here that know. Why are y'all going to these? It's just like, it's red so crazy. It fries my brain because it's not logical at all.
In your opinion, and I feel like I don't know. I could see both of y'all seeing that.
Look,
That's why Lou called you.
He called me. No, but he didn't call me. He didn't call me just like to get my advice. He's like, so what the fuck? And I'm like, nigga, take whatever the fuck they giving you and run with it.
And he told you he ain't doing it unless you do it with him.
He said, well, no, of course he said he if he decides to do it, I gotta be there. But because he didn't know who the fuck they were. He didn't know who the Migos were. He didn't know who fucking Young Thugger was. He didn't know who fucking YG was. So, and I was like, I went off. I'm like, what the fuck? How do you not know? Go check SoundCloud, nigga. Like, he's like, nigga, you don't listen to that shit. He said, so what should I do? I said, take whatever in the fuck they gonna give you. You got to be here. I go, okay. Like, he said, but I don't want to run shit. They want him to run the daily operation, run the whole shit. He'd be in charge of everything. And he's over here trying to dump the shit on me so he can sit back and do nothing type thing. But ultimately, he said no to it.
So what do you? So that's always
story, but
that's always the fucking story. It's the low man on the totem pole, and this shit happens label to label to label, time after time after time, from fucking shiny suits to goddamn niggas wearing Louis Vuitton pleated skirts. Yeah. It's always the same shit. Why has no one been like, hey, you kid, come over here?
They have. I mean,
starting to, it definitely started to.
I mean, but I'm saying all that wasted fucking time.
There was an era. There was a point in time where that shit became a thing. You know what I'm saying? It was right around the time Diddy came around, and you know, maybe a little bit before Diddy, that was a thing. You know what I'm saying? Where you have all this jumping through hoops, and then this motherfucker doing this, and this motherfucker blowing smoke. I had what you call blowing smoke up my ass for fucking 6 months. Fucking that's how I got robbed by Q. I know you're talking about.
But
they did the same thing. But they were telling me they were going to sign me. Call back next week, and it went from me calling every week to call back next month to call back. We're going through some creative stuff right now. Don't worry. We got you. Until they were just not even answering my calls at all, and they were the ones who approached me, and then the Ice Cube situation happened.
That shit's crazy.
But I mean, there's been shit like that. I mean, it's changing now because there's a new generation of people coming in. You also have the internet, and you know, there's not a soul on this planet that can't be their own boss, especially in music. Right about now, everything else was gate kept so hard before, and now like you don't need shit if you really about your shit. And you got the grind, and this is what I tell motherfuckers all the time. You got the grind, you got the hustle, and your shit is good. Do that shit. Run that shit. You don't need a label. It's good to have the big machine behind you, and they'll get behind you, but it's up to you to make that move.
And I tell people like this, man, like they are not all big and bad.
Right.
Some people need them, bro. Like there's some shit just I ain't wired for.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? In terms of like me as a solo act, I am not wired for the social media grind anymore. I'm just not wired for it.
Right.
If there was
it takes a lot.
If there was an entity to take that over for me, I'd give you.
They have them now.
You know, a good one, a cool one. You know, yeah. All things considered, but like, I always push people to not have such a just a full on anti-label stance, because a lot of those buildings have people that are really enthusiastic about getting people on, and unfortunately we just see the figureheads of these things,
gems being dropped.
Yeah, but you know,
some labels is cool. You know, some labels are cool, man. Go talk to people, see what they will do. If always hear some motherfuckers out. The meeting I had with Bad Boy was definitely like a lot of cases where people don't look up what you've done before, and they just kind of tell you what they can do for you. And it was like, oh, I just want
to ask you, if when you sat there at that table, did you hear my voice in your head? Because remember, I told you a long motherfucking time ago when you started this journey, if you ever get your ass to anything that got to do with that nigga, don't you sign a goddamn thing until you have your mama and 3 other niggas look at it.
You don't have your mama look at it. You don't have the 3 other niggas look at it. You have a fucking attorney.
That's what I meant by that. I mean, ironclad, because us being the motherfuckers that we were, and reading shit and listening to shit and interviews and hearing things. Because like,
you know, like, man, you know, also the one craziest thing I've also learned that just like you can have a lawyer look at it all day, and that lawyer can interpret it how they interpret it, and you can sign that motherfucker. And if they're more powerful than you, they can do whatever the fuck they want to do anyway.
Who picked that lawyer then?
But then also too, situations.
You can only just interpret something to you.
Situations and circumstances.
When you sign something, that more powerful entity can do whatever the fuck they want to do. Like, it's just,
especially if they coming on that type of time anyway. Which is there's so many layers to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
there's such a falsity between if there's a different power dynamic, then contracts is fucking goofy. Like,
that's why I say, man.
And of course you got to do them right, because that's just the language of what we do. But it's a goofy ass practice, because that bigger entity is going to do whatever the fuck they want to do.
To a degree.
Now I
mean, to any degree though, right? Yeah. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Any degree is an issue.
To me, at the end of the day, the only thing that really matters is your publishing and the masters. That Like at the end of the day,
that's
if
another
you
just like crazy
that's
made
a
up
that's a
algorithmic thing
shithole.
they made up.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
another
shithole right
for
there.
no good reason at all, other than
Right.
just being messy, you know. But yeah.
Everything else doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
To me,
If your publishing
masters
also
and
if
your
your publishing is
publishing.
worth anything,
Yeah.
people just think the word masters mean you
Right.
If your masters are worth anything,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about if you're signed or if you're doing whatever, you know, having control of your masters and creative control is always overly important.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
know what? If you can, hey, I'll say this though, you can sell your masters to someone who can actually get some money made off of it. Sell that motherfucker, man. Because you just having your masters,
Yeah,
don't do
it's
nothing.
the publishing. The publishing could be worth way more than the masters.
Yeah, yeah. But if you don't know what to do with it, then
Yeah.
bring someone in, give them a cut.
Yeah.
Make that shit work.
It's enough money to go around.
100% independent all the time. Make a deal, man. Let's cut a partner in. That'll work hard for you. Shit.
Now, in terms of, I'm not even gonna say hip hop. In terms of artistry, you've been all over the fucking place because you did have your stint at Arpentry. You know, the Zoomy situation. So if you can give us like some kind of concise synopsis of everything you did from
concise synopsis. What
you dictionary tonight? When you went from okay, let me think. Okay, high school, because you was with Ear Candy and shit.
I feel what you're saying. I bust it down.
Okay.
I bust it down. Okay, so I was working at Finish Line. Right? And this is around the time where like I was getting put on the Complex magazine from you, and that led me to learn about like
shit.
Collector sneaker culture, like vinyl toys, all that type of shit. So I started collecting sneakers at that time while I'm working at Finish Line. And I leave Finish Line because the Nike rep in the Chicago Nike rep put me on to if I go work at Tops and Bottoms, this spot called Tops and Bottoms on the west side, and I can get certain joints early. You know, instead of going through him, I could just work there and just like I have access to shit. So he set it up for me to go work there. Woo woo. So he set it up for me to go work there, and I start flipping shoes from there, like just being on Nike Talk forums, and meeting people in other states who need some shit that's only dropping here type shit. That type of shit. So that's kind of like my first time kind of like meeting people outside outside of Illinois, you know, getting a name. That's my first time getting a name outside of Illinois. Like, so also with that time, I'm working at Tops and Bottoms only just for access to shoes, right? But I also get a job at Radio Shack. And at Radio Shack, making crazy money. I store clothes, I take the severance. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna work for a while. I'm just gonna chill off this severance and figure something out. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing some figure, but I wasn't panicking type shit. Like I didn't need to panic. I'm still living at the crib with moms, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I started going from getting Complex magazine, learning about sneaker boutiques, streetwear boutiques. I just started visiting all the spots that's in Chicago and just like outside of Chicago. And because I don't have no job, I'm there on a regular basis.
Right.
Kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Like talking about that shit with them, you know. So I started to develop those relationships, and that led me to working at FA Skates. It's my first time working in a skate shop. And then I went to open the Zoomies at Woodfield Mall. And I ran that store for about 3 years. And I ended up working at every store in Illinois. Just like resetting stores. But the ill thing about Zoomies was that we controlled the music, right? It wasn't like some corporate mandated music shit. So that's when I started to think, oh shit, I can play my music in a store if I just made clean music.
Right.
So I make mixtapes with other songs, throw my songs on them. And then other stores across the country, we call each other for product. You know, a customer need this, we will send it. If I'm sending a product to your store, I'm gonna throw a CD into it for the store.
Nice. Great. Brilliant.
Yeah. It's simple. It's simple.
Brilliant.
Math,
Yeah.
You know? Then also I just learned I'm in the store 8 hours a day, right? Like get a fan a day. At least one interaction today, I'm gonna end up talking about myself making music.
Right.
and give someone a CD or tell them about a MySpace. You know what I'm saying? Just one every day. I'm here every fucking day, right?
Right.
Well, a fan a day.
Yeah.
And just between that and sending my music all around, I got just hella mall employees into my music. That was like my first like fan base for real. It was fucking mall employees.
No, that shit's brilliant as fuck.
Yeah, it's ill. So I got the people at Hot Topic I was so cool with them that they had me do a tour. I performed at every store in Illinois and every Hot Topic. It was the first time they did it. It wasn't promoted the best, right? But like this is like the beginnings of me learning that I can like build a fan base. And the only thing out at this time is maybe MySpace. And MySpace ain't widespread. Like it wasn't widespread like that, right? Like it was very crazy.
Tell Tom that shit.
Yeah, and
shout out to Tom, goddammit.
Yeah, and we would get, we would send shipments back to like skate companies and shit. And every box I'm sending back to a major company, bro, throwing the CD in there. Because I know all them companies is just ran by a bunch of bros, you know what I'm saying? In the factory listening and shit, And I kept getting I started to be known as like the rapper in the action sports community.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got asked to do not Warped Tour, but Dew Tour, the Mountain Dew.
Yeah, that's dope.
Sports Tour.
All of this shit stemming from you just dropping your CD and at your job in the box that's fucking brilliant.
Fuck with me.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah, that was my first holy shit, the Dew Tour. Carry on.
Yeah. So I did Dew Tour. They had me hosting it.
That's
and it was
crazy.
Real like it was weird, right? Because to tell you I did Dew Tour, and I think people automatically think, oh, you just you had a set where you like rap. It's like, no, bitch, I read.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The show
work.
That's not being televised. Mm-hmm. I'm running that shit. I'm like keeping all these kids entertained, running giveaways. You know what I'm saying? Like when something break in, I'm freestyle. I'm doing all this shit. Like,
see, brilliant fucking marketing.
It's just like
definition.
You just gotta pitch to who you're around. That's all I knew.
Mm-hmm.
You came from the era selling CDs on a hand to hand on the street. Like I can only reach who I can touch. Like for real. But I'm gonna tell you this one. The streetwear brand called the Hundreds. Mm-hmm. They used to have a blog, and I went on a blog for like a week, not even a week, a month straight, right? And I saw, I'm like, oh, these dudes just kick it at this store. And they come up with ideas and make shit. I was like, bro, there's got a way I can make this happen. Mm-hmm. Like, it's gotta be a way, right? So I was like, so working at a skate shop for the first time, I was like, oh, like, I'm kind of leaning into that space. Like, and from working at that skate shop, building like, it's even hard to even say it's a fan base. This is when like people was like coming to know me. Like, people for real coming up to that Zoomies and Schomburg to come meet me. I met Virgil Abloh there. He used to come up through there. Everyone know Hustle Simmons used to come up through there. $1 Million Man Hall used to come up through. Like, it used to be a streetwear hub because it was crazy. Even that era of streetwear was so Filipino and like black heavy that like it wasn't a lot of black people in it.
Yeah. Right.
So we all knew each other just off of knowing about these brands. Like, it was really crazy. That was another thing that like got me in some crazy spaces and got me some crazy relationships, just being into counterculture, just being in the streetwear. Like, yeah, and it kind of amazes me to this day that like I feel like I had all these multiple lives. Like, first off, I was like a mall worker that people fucked with, and it was a sneaker collector. What's up?
Do you have a book?
Or have I made a book? Nah.
You need to.
Yeah. That'd be dope.
I got crazy ass stories, bro. I got crazy ass stories. It's some crazy ass
I'm here for that shit.
Yo. But so leaving Zoomies, right? So I'm working at like solid. I'm for real thing. I'm about to work for this company the rest of my life. It's going like it's going that ill. And also I'm young and naive, right? My guy Floyd gets this idea. He was the head designer, store designer at Urban Outfitters, and he left, and he wanted to start an art gallery, and like he just told me, he just broke down one day, yo, I just want to start this art gallery, yo.
Dopest shit ever.
And I was just like, yeah, let's get it.
I fucking love that
I was like,
place.
yeah, let's get it. So I left Zoomies. They always, still to this day, they always told me, like, yo, you go ahead, go do your thing. You ever need to come back to the company, we got you. And I was just like,
That's
oh
what's
my
up.
God, that's crazy. So go with this fool, start this art gallery called Arpentry. We're in Pilsen, 18th and Halstead.
Fucking love that place, man.
Like, damn, man, like, it was such a staple in that area. For
Was
like,
it a collective spot?
It was not a collective spot.
But the block was.
Yeah,
I know exactly, because my boy, rest in peace, Tape Deck used to be over there, and he had a spot in one of those.
Okay.
In a collective spot. Yeah.
Yeah,
and I used to go over. I know exactly where you're talking about.
man,
I used to be over there all the time.
So that era of my life, I was like the manager and like Floyd's personal assistant. I was not known as the rapper, but I still made music here and there and shit. We ended up in crazy ass rooms off that shit, like in crazy ass art spaces in the marketing world.
Where exactly was this? Because now you got my brain going.
The first spot was 1832 South Halstead, and our second location was larger, was 1932 South Halstead.
That block is just.
No,
I feel like you come under the viaduct right there, and it's like, bam.
I'm not trying to figure out where it's at. I'm trying to figure out what exactly, because there was a few art galleries up in there. Yeah.
It was mostly the speakers in the window, right?
Yeah. There's always some type of different thing in the window, but for the most part, yeah.
The motherfucking speakers had me.
Because I'm telling you, I was over there all the fucking time. Like, because my boy Tape Deck, because he passed away, and then one of those art galleries put a big ass picture in their window of him.
And as you say that, I want to say it sounds familiar, but I'm not. That would not be fully genuine to me.
Yeah. But I get it. I was
familiar.
Yeah. I was just, my brain, as soon as you said, what? I'm here in 18th and Halstead. Like, I was over there all the fucking time. Like, I probably walked right by your ass.
We were part of that community
multiple fucking times. Was in the same room.
Yeah,
Didn't even know it. Yeah, for sure.
And from there, Floyd started a tattoo shop.
Did you ever go? Wait, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Did you ever go to Revolver Records?
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
I was in there every day.
Yeah. That was my everyday, was just down there in Pilsen, like
just wandering around.
Yeah,
I was at that store from the moment it opened. DJ Mars is like my boy. Yeah. Now I know I ran. Now you have to have known Tape Deck, because Tape Deck came around.
Man, it feels so familiar.
Yeah, he was from Connecticut.
Okay.
Had dreads, but anyways, we'll talk. You know what I'm saying? Sure. But when I moved here to Chicago, I was going to the gym right there in Pilsen, Gold's Gym right there behind the jumping beam.
Yeah.
And I was walking by there. I remember the first day I went to the gym, and I saw it said Revolver Records opening soon. And I, just being a music motherfucker, was like, yo, as soon as they're open, I'm in that bitch. And one day I went to the gym, they were closed, and I come out of the gym going back to the Pink Line, and motherfucker was open.
Yeah.
I walk in, and DJ Mars there. I saw the MPC, saw all the vinyl, and I was like, oh shit. Started a conversation with him, told him I'd be right back, got my sampler, came back, and he was like, I didn't even think you was fucking coming. I thought you was full of shit. I was like, hell no. And yeah, and then but we lived right off of Racine and 18th.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was there. I lived in that neighborhood, and so I was everywhere in there that had everything to do with art and music. I was all up in that shit. So yeah, anyways, Revolver Records. If you was in there, you seen my ass, because I was in that bitch every day. Every day. I never had keys to the motherfucker.
Damn.
Yeah.
I never knew there was Floyd's tattoo shop.
Yeah.
That was the Russian prison tat phase.
Yeah. So Floyd started his tattoo shop with a few other people, called Code of Conduct on downtown. And so I went from working at the art gallery to working front desk at the tattoo shop. And like the first 2 years of that shop was so pivotal, because it was just like there's such a crazy PR marketing push at everything. It's just like there was such a crazy spotlight on it that I got known. It's so crazy because I went from like being the black dude who worked at Zoomies at Woodfield to being like Floyd's assistant. You know, I was like Floyd's cool assistant. People always enjoyed like seeing me come through as like Floyd's assistant, and then I went to Code of Conduct, and I was the front desk person at Code of Conduct. Like motherfuckers knew me from that. Like I was going to downtown, getting into these crazy ass downtown clubs because I was the front desk guy. Fucking Code of Conduct. It was fucking weird. And so from working there at Code of Conduct, I got to know the two founders of RubyHornet.com, the hip hop blog Ruby Hornet. One was Virgil Solace. And one particular day, I was wearing some this Nike shoe called a pocket knife. It's like a crazy ass trail, all natural materials, like trail running shoes, some crazy weird looking shit. So he asked me if I did parkour because he saw these weird ass shoes.
Right.
I told him, yeah, I did parkour.
Did you really? Yeah, shit.
So he's like, oh, word? Maybe you do a feature on you on my blog. That's about parkour. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. So I'm telling them, I don't really fuck with people like this, but
right.
It's like this is kind of funny. Virgil's cool. So I tell him, I said, oh man, come through tomorrow with the photographer, and we gonna sit down and do an interview about me doing parkour. You know what I'm saying? So he come through all excited, and I got the shoes on, and I jump up on this bench, and I just start laughing, bro. And I just break down like, Virgil, I do not do parkour, bro. I'm so sorry. I do not do parkour, bro.
You thought about that first jump off that goddamn park bench.
I'm just fucking with you, bro. I do parkour. But Virgil was like, nah. He's like, I ain't. But he's like, that's so funny though. Where you do something though. He did that thing where he's like, you do something though. What you do?
Right.
And I was just like, I make music. He's like, well, for real? I was like, yeah. And at that time, like, I had maybe like 6 songs worth showing. Because I went through so many times where like I lost the whole catalog.
Right.
For a multitude of reasons, right? Like, so I kind of just had 6 songs to my name that I just made to make. At this point in my life, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna run this tattoo shop. Like, this shit crazy. Right. And they had a reality show getting ready to happen on it. Like, shit was crazy. So I'm like, oh, I'm here. I run the shop. This is what I do. I don't really think about music. But I told her, I was like, I make music. He's like, send me a song. So I sent him this song called All Chill Everything. And he asked me to make a video for it. He said, let me make a video for it. And I was like, oh shit. All right, cool. Let's make a video. People didn't even have videos like that for real at this time. This is kind of like the when Cody and Chike started doing the hand cam style. With like Freeway and Currency, like that real early on hand cam style. Like there's only a few people doing that.
That was called like guerrilla filming and shit back in the day. Yeah.
We did one like that. And
no permits, no nothing, just like right on the spot.
And he posted it on rubyhornet.com. And that was the first time I had a blog post. Like and that pretty much just like started the ball rolling. Like from there, I started sending my music to all the brand, like the streetwear brands that I fucked with. And because it was such a small community,
right?
If I got this shirt on in your video, you gonna fucking post this on your blog because no one else went. It's weird because streetwear was such a weird community then because most companies will only make
$1 million industry now. Shit, right? Yeah.
But then it was like a company that make maybe 100 shirts, 50 shirts, 100 shirts, and those shirts would sell out. But they only sold 100 shirts. But they popping, right? But they only sold 100 shirts, so you can still seem real cool to them.
I get it. No, that was a beautiful time to be in it.
Yeah,
that was a beautiful time to be in it. And for those kids out there listening, and some of you grown ass adults, like we're talking about guerrilla filming, that was something because back in the day you had to get permits. You couldn't just pull out a camera and just start filming the city or film, music video and all that shit. Yeah,
early on, like
now it's nothing. People are still used to fucking cameras out and everything else.
Grocery store, every motherfucker.
They don't even flinch. You know what I'm saying? But back in the day, the police would roll up on your ass. Things could happen. But it was guerrilla filming, man. Yeah. That's real shit. Yeah, I appreciate that. That man been through it.
That started the blog rolling and shit. from that, I think my first national tour was 2011. I went on tour with Yellow Wolf.
Nice.
That was my second holy shit.
Yeah. And that shit was crazy because that fool put me on tour, just off of a one-off show. I did a one-off show, opening for him, and he was just like, "Yo, like, just come play the rest of the shit." And I just went on the rest of the shit with him, not knowing that how crazy that is. Your booking agency will go fucking insane for that.
Yeah.
What bind that put his tour manager in? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. So let's get back to your music right quick. Okay. So what are you doing today? Like what not necessarily like today, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's going on with you nowadays?
Man, this is like the first these past few years, even currently, like I'm producing everything myself now.
Right.
Like making visuals myself. I'm like doing everything myself.
Did you find that to be something that you did out of necessity, or something you felt like that you did because you're like, man, you know what, I can do this shit? Or was it out of necessity?
It was necessity.
Yeah.
It was pandemic shit.
Really?
Yeah. Pandemic shit.
Y'all would think differently because like during the pandemic, every producer was trying to, I wasn't, but every producer is trying to send motherfuckers beats and do shit. And
yeah, you know what? That's also true. But I was in such a weird You know what? For rapping over other people's beats, I feel like I was rapping over other people's beats too early. Because it didn't leave me to be free enough to release things as I needed to.
Right.
Because there was another party involved.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few collaborators I've had through the years where like we just have understandings and I can act as I need.
Right. That's why to me, that's why it's important to sit down with an artist and actually work with them, as opposed to just sending off beats and I don't like that shit.
Well, personally. Here's the thing. Here's how my brain works, right? I need to have creatively, I need to have a thing happening that can cook, that can slow cook, right? I can have, whether it be and I learned it ain't got to be just music no more.
Right.
But it wasn't the case of music, right? That's kind of all I had. So I had to have something that was slow cooking. But man, I need to have this space where I can just like release. Just get my shit off. Like no red tape in the way. No red tape. If I need to put
and as you wish.
I just need it. I absolutely need it. It's like it's so non-negotiable.
Damn. Small world like a motherfucker.
Oh, shit, okay. Yeah, shout out to Pilsen, man. Cracking ass area, man. Pilsen's great. But I learned that, bro, like I need to be able to just throw some shit. I just need to shoot the shot off.
Right.
I don't know. I haven't fully figured out what it is about that release. I don't know what it is yet, but it's there. But you can't play like that when you got other people involved.
That's true.
You can't play like that. And I learned that from when I had a manager. I wanted to just throw shit out. You know what I'm saying? But you can't do that because you don't put everyone that's helping you in a place to help you fully.
Right.
So, and neither side is wrong because I got to get my shit off. Like, I got an itch that need to be scratched, bro. I need to put this out. Like,
I say that shit all the time as well.
And you're not wrong, but I really just need to get my shit off right now. So, you know what I'm saying? So I should have produced for myself a lot earlier so I can learn about that itch and get that out. So now I'm in the space where I produce for myself now and like that, I put out shit as I want, as I ill. And now I really want to work with other people again.
Right. That's what's up. Well, you have a better understanding of it now as well. Absolutely. You have a better, because that's another thing I tell artists. If you don't learn how to do the shit, you're fucking yourself.
Because you kind of are. It's like, you know what? And I don't know how to tell people. I don't want to tell everyone to rush to learn it because it may, it'll dramatically change your path, right?
Yeah.
But damn, there's something to be said about learning it early.
Man, look, because think about how many times you were in a recording session and somebody's doing something and you don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And you're just kind of like, what the fuck? And they're like, oh, no, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying?
I spoke off of references in studios. And that was a great tool to me. I've been in a lot of songwriting spaces because I just work. I know how to reference something. I know how to like, I speak very well to texture and references.
Right.
Like I'm not like a you know, I know majors and minor scales, but I don't speak in notes.
Right.
Like,
I understand.
I don't speak in a format. Like, I'm in textures and like, hey, this sounds like this thing I'm gonna pull up and show you. Like,
right.
You know. So for me, that's always the language I had in studio spaces. But now, like, I know what's up, and it just makes for smoother sessions, more precise communication.
Right.
Really, that's it. This is more precise communication.
Well, and you're better to be in like in that line of thinking and that, you know, understanding, like even production, because what you hear in your head is different than that motherfucker sitting over there that's going like doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when I make music, especially if I'm just doing it, I really don't like people talking to me while I'm doing it.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding.
No, but I am, you know, but I just, like, the shit be about to explode inside of me. Like, what the fuck was that sound? What are you gonna do with that?
Yeah,
I mean,
but the thing about it is, if you understand it now, say for instance, like I had an issue once with my son. We go into the studio. He's a whole producer, been a whole producer. He was young at the time, and when I saw another the engineer who was also a producer start to chop up his music and rearrange it, I flipped the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I took him outside. I said, man, don't you ever let nobody just chop your shit up and fuck your shit up. You know what I mean? If that was your vision, now it's your guys' vision. Now he's co-producing what he's doing right now. So if there was a bag to be made off of that track, now he owns part of that bag. You know what I'm saying?
So I hate that we have to like
even do shit like that.
Yeah, but I know, but the thing, but also too now as an artist, if you come in with an idea and you understand how to make music and what it should sound like, and you know how to give that to the producer or the engineer or whatever, he's not just telling you some shit like, I know what I'm doing, dude, relax. Hey, let me do this. And then you're just stuck. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, I don't know. That's just always, because I became a producer out of necessity. I became a producer because I couldn't afford, well, I stole my first drum machine. So, you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't afford all of the shit. And there wasn't, music wasn't readily available like it is today. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I didn't have beats, I was stuck with, you know, whatever, because I also DJed. So whatever records I had that had instrumentals on them, you know, doing that shit, you know what I'm saying? So it was out of necessity. I wanted music and I wanted to rap. So I was like, oh fuck, I gotta learn this shit. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was out of necessity. And then it ended up just being like, I like making music more than I like rapping. So
that's what I'm interested in. Then had another homie tell me, who kind of just went full, not even kind of, he went full producer.
Yeah.
And I find that so fascinating.
That's what I did.
So I haven't quite.
You will.
I haven't quite hit that yet. But no. I feel like my version of it, I feel like it's coming right. But here's the thing. I'm sorry I'm talking in fragments. But
no, you're good.
It was the issue of the source. It was the dynasty issue of the source. There was also an Outcast article in there. And they asked Andre 3000 why he wasn't on Poppin' Tags. And to me, in my rapper brain back then, I was like, you rap on everything. Studio time don't come often. You rap on everything. So it was so interesting to me to get that album, and he wasn't on Poppin' Tags. Right. It was like, wow, that's kind of crazy. So to get the answer, and him just going, I didn't have anything to say.
Right.
On it. And it was just like made so much. It was just like the most sensible fucking thing in my head that stuck with me.
And them things open up portals and shit.
So long that now, for me, rap, right? Like when I make a song now, I don't, and this is since being an air credit too, I don't have to be on verse 1 and 2 for it to be my song.
Right.
I don't have to be on 3 verses for it to be my song. I don't have to be on a hook for it to be my song. This shit can be instrumental for 3 minutes, and from 3:01 to 3:23, I decide to breathe on this motherfucker.
Right.
It's my song.
Pootie Tang that shit.
Yeah.
That nigga said, I ain't.
It's my song. So I don't have to like, I don't have the need to like rapidy rap on everything. I do it when I feel inspired.
But that's
but am I on that path?
Yeah.
To be like,
sure.
Shit? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
100%. Because what you'll also find some really great producers are amazing rappers.
Absolutely.
Amazing rappers.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm just saying.
I'm not calling you crazy, but the way you fixate on shit and the way you want shit when you want it, how you want it, and I didn't ask you. I'm just telling you, I need to do this on Tuesday.
Right.
Like that is some producer ass shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've always known I'm I'm a cold. I don't want no beat maker,
right,
or musician, but I can produce the fuck. Like I done pieced. I done been in crazy sessions for crazy ass songs and like.
But I seen that in you.
Like, oh yeah, put that You know what I'm saying? I know that all day. Like
I seen that in you when we was up there in that studio with them niggas from Focus. Like we was in the corner just letting our skin crawl. Because as soon as that nigga said, I need me some shit that sound like Hell's. Don't tell me you need some shit that sound like any motherfucking thing. Just sit the fuck down and relax. But like the way they had the song, it just was like, and you was like, do this and do this and do this and do this. And it was just like, okay, now we can digest this shit.
Right. That's all it be.
That's all it be.
It be format.
You know, one of the things I wanted to say to you, because I say it all the time, like when motherfuckers be asking me shit, like, where did that come from? And how did you do this? And how did you do that? I call it a poke in the head from God. Like, because I never know where the shit's going to come from. I never know how the shit, but for whatever reason, when I'm doing something, it's telling me, my brain is telling me, nope, go this way, go do this. And so I just call it like a poke in the head, a poke in the head from God. Just like, just went boop. And whenever that happens, I have to do it.
Yeah.
I have to. I can't stop myself. I have to, and I get fixated on a lot of shit, not just music, but, you know, when you're a creative person, that kind of shit happens all the fucking time. I could be walking down the street and then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, you know what I got to do? I got to go in the house and I got to fucking rewire every goddamn thing, or I got to move the speakers over here, or I got to do this, or I got to do that, or this idea came to me this, or I thought about a song and I'm like, oh, I want to redo that, but I know I don't know what I want to do to it, but I got to redo that motherfucker. You know what I mean? But also with that comes, I can never do the shit again. That's the weirdest thing to me. Wow. I can never redo it like I did it that first time.
And let me tell you what that taught me, bro, to enjoy the process.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That means that it was for the process. I had to deal with that. It was frustrating the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
And it just ruined everything. Yeah. It's like, nah, this is about just cooking.
Yeah.
This is for real.
I've been, trust me, I've been over that a long time ago. Cool, you know what I'm saying? Long time ago. It's weird. It's weird because people ask me sometimes, I'll be like, I don't have the tracks. I can't stem that motherfucker out. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or whatever. Well, I mean, can nowadays, but back in the day, then they'd be like, what you mean? You can't redo it? No, I mean, I get it. I mean, I can make it, but it ain't gonna sound like that.
I love that. Yeah. I even treat a lot of my stuff like that now, like that. It makes me work with.
You ever do something? I don't mean to cut you. You ever do something and then you go, after you get done doing it, maybe a day or so goes by and you listen to it and you go, the fuck was I thinking?
Of course.
What the fuck was that? And you like, how in the fuck did I do that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that happens all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the fun shit of it.
Yeah, that is the fun shit of it. Yeah.
And before, I was so dependent on having to have someone else curate that for me. And it's so ill to just make shit on my own now.
Yeah.
It makes me it made me a completely way better collaborator.
Right.
But like it's like it really lit the shit that was in my head. Let me get the shit out of my head. Like in the creepiest way. You know? I didn't realize, even though I was making music that I loved, even though I was making shit that was like pushing me, I was still not getting the shit that was in my head out of my head. And it was making me very unhealthy.
Yes, that part. Yeah. Not being able to get it out.
I just didn't. It was not a thing that I fathomed would have been an issue. You know what I'm saying? But like once I started making shit myself, I was like, realized like, oh, I'm really getting the shit out of my head. That's in my head. It's different. This shit hit real different.
Yeah. Yeah. When we say that, that's one thing that like, when you sit down with a real creative person, a real creative, you know, there's so much that is relatable. There's so much that is in common. There's so much, like I can talk to somebody and know for sure, like, okay, this guy's only gonna, he's not an artist. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And it's no disrespect to anybody, but there's a different mind frame. There's a different way of thinking. There's a different, and I say it all the time. Like I'll be talking to motherfuckers. I'm like, yeah, man, you know, like, because if I get an idea and it's the middle of the night and I can't get that idea out, I'm stuck staring at the ceiling for the rest of the fucking night. And I'm antsy, and I'm fucked up, and I can't sleep, and I'm anxious. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying?
I can't work through an issue.
Yeah.
If I, a lot of times, bro, for real, I gotta wake up and chop something up.
Yeah.
Before I can even like process things.
I was doing that today.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was a thing. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, such a mental.
We be talking about that shit all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a real thing.
Yeah, getting an SP 404 really just like really helped my mental health like a lot.
I believe it. It's a release.
Getting able to help my mental so much.
It's a definite release. We spent this whole time dropping gems.
Yeah.
So that is going to lead me to this next thing I'm going to tell you. So we got a new show coming up and it's producers only.
Oh shit.
And I would like you to be a part of it because it's going to be called the HR department.
Which I think that's dope as fuck.
Yeah.
I never saw it for myself, man, being like straight up on some producer shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so it feels so cool.
It suits you
to be. Yeah.
I'd love for you to be a part of it because we're going to
be. You seem very settled. Like not in a bad way, just like nesting.
Shout out to Ryan. I know you're gonna be mad at me, bro, but yeah, I just spilled the beans.
So it's kind of like when you're pregnant, right? And like when you're about to have your kid, you get in this weird phase where you're like, I have this overwhelming urge to get my shit together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of different ways, and it's like you're on autopilot doing it, but it suits you, it fits you, it's what you need to, to put you in your bag, so to speak. And like for you, it's like I think this is your niche now.
Yeah, it feels.
It's going to be a great show because we're going to be interviewing producers, and we're going to be talking about tricks of the trade. We're going to be talking about everything that has to do with production, picking sounds, all of the shit that as producers we go through mentally. When we go through, as far as like equipment, because we got like, there's producers that hoard equipment, you know what I mean?
I don't want to be one of them.
No, neither do I. Neither do I. Yeah, it's a thing. No, it's a real thing. Shit. I'm almost getting ready to buy another MPC.
I mean, if a motherfucker can hoard a can of green beans, why can't you hoard an MPC?
Because it takes up space.
No, I get why you shouldn't, but I'm just saying that shit is fucking. That's the whole thing.
Different, man.
Yeah,
the texture.
The texture. I was gonna say.
They're all different. The crazy part of it, I had to learn to love the process so much because we talking about textures and the sounds of machine to machine, right? But we can make something and mix it down and make it gritty and do all the tricks and compression all we want. But like the truth is, most motherfuckers is gonna listen to it through AirPods.
Right.
They ain't gonna get none of that. And like I had to
real heads will though. Yeah. Real heads will. Real motherfuckers that listen will. Because I know when I listen to music, I listen to
me.
Every fucking nook and cranny.
That don't mean they don't enjoy it.
Right. That part.
But it's so wild to like just be so into these textures, bro. And I know damn well that most of the people ain't gonna even hear these. Oh my god!
But maybe
that machine to the other.
But it's the beauty is in creating the shit because
Yeah.
And when you get with other motherfuckers that be on the same shit you on, y'all have a whole side conversation. Don't nobody know what the fuck you talking about. Yeah. But all y'all over there getting hip hop horny with each other.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, motherfuckers just listening to shit in their headphones, just having a grand old fucking time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've developed in myself. I am a reformed casual music enjoyer. I'm no longer a professional music listener. I'm back to casual. The casual listener.
I can't.
Let me tell you this: the casual.
He's
the diehard to make something cool. Casual keeps things alive.
Casual keeps things alive because if you were, god damn it, you're a stickler. It's gonna be all kind of shit. You be like, fuck that, I can't listen to that because this is all fucked up.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's cap because no matter what he does, once he started making music, okay, once you start making music production wise, your brain gets wired different. So you can casually listen, but what's going to happen is you're gonna dissect that shit.
Oh no, but see, I know what you're talking about because I've always listened to music as a dissecting.
No, I'm saying not just, but I'm talking about where you can casually sit back and enjoy the fuck out of it, but you'll catch yourself at some points where you're muting everything but the closed hats, and you're muting everything but the horns. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
but that's not how I. That's not how I feel you. That's not how I produce.
That's what my brain does. No, I'm not saying how I produce.
You know,
but when I'm listening to something, just casually,
I am going to get specific.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can turn off shit,
but I'm super.
While the song's playing, I can if I'm really I'm like, what the fuck, and I want to hear the singing. I can literally turn the music off and everything and only hear the person singing, and that's it. Or just listen to the ad-libs, or just listen while the whole fucking song is playing.
Yeah.
Even if as a casual listener, it's just it's
so I can't relate to the technical side of what y'all saying, but like I liken it to like a person that cooks, right? You know the difference between motherfucker that's eating your Spanish rice,
right,
just wants it to be delicious. But you know goddamn well if you don't toast that motherfucking rice first, it's not gonna be the same as if you did. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. I cook and I casually eat at restaurants, but I can't help myself when.
But you know when you eat that shit, you like
eat it, I'm like,
these lazy ass motherfuckers. I
can't believe this.
Like shit. I can't fuck with soul food restaurants because I promise, like I always have to sit there and pray for the grace and strength to not go back there and slap the fuck out of somebody.
Because there ain't no base level. Soul food is all cooking off of nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? It's all like whoever you grew up shit.
That's what it is.
That's what's ill, and that ain't ill for everyone else.
Yeah,
but also, it's not even that. To me, the bad vibe is if I come here and I pay you and you're giving me glory greens out the can, you know what I'm saying? Or these sweet potatoes came out of the can or some. First of all, goddamn it, at the crib before I decided to come to this motherfucker, my shit would have been way more John Blaze than this. And I'm not cracking no motherfucking glory green cans. You know what I'm saying? Like my mother will just like one time we went to MacArthur's, right? And I already knew what was gonna happen, but I needed this to happen because I just needed it. Because when I had it, I just needed to know if I was on the level. So I take her there. So I say, fuck with it. Do what you gotta do. So she ordered what she ordered. She sit down. She put the fork and she cut the pork chop, and I saw like that eyebrow go up. So I'm smiling like a motherfucker inside, like, oh, this is gonna be a shit show, and I love it. She was like, what the fuck is this shit? Really? Like, this is what we're eating today? I was like, I just need to know if it was real.
Right.
I was like, what's up with them greens? Now you know they got can openers back there, right? I was like, let's go, lead the shit, let's ride. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, on some real shit. Like, authentic is authentic, and bullshit is bullshit. I feel like that transcends everything. Like, hell no, nothing out the can. Yes. Like that shit transcends every fucking thing.
They allow.
And what motherfuckers be checking for?
Yeah, I know, man. It's just I can't.
Well,
God damn it, man.
This show has been nothing but gems.
Oh yeah.
We didn't get to nothing.
We got about 30 chains on right now.
Yeah. So we definitely have to have you back and take a deep dive into your music.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to have you back because we didn't talk about shit, but we talked about everything.
We got room for some bars.
No
bar mitzvah time.
No bar mitzvah time.
God damn it, man.
No,
I'll rap for y'all though. Yeah, we can.
Say what?
I'll rap off the camera. Bye.
Oh yeah, we'll vibe. Yeah. Yeah. This has been. Listen, if you guys are out there tonight, if you watch it tonight, if you were watching tonight, go back and watch this shit because I'm going to tell you something that I always say, but this is an entire show of nothing but gems.
Yeah.
Nothing but gems. And I know a lot of motherfuckers think I might be a little crazy, a little cuckoo at times, but that's why most of the time I just kept my mouth shut because he's really speaking the truth. And he's really speaking on shit that I say all the fucking time. And there was some really brilliant things in there that he said, some real genius things that he said that he's done, and then people need to take note, especially nowadays. And so with that being said, I'm not going to jump up and get all crazy tonight because tonight was gems.
He's trying to say something over there.
You know it was gems. You know it was gems when you You Got the Chill didn't come up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot all about that shit.
No, I just said You Got to Chill. We didn't even do You Got to Chill.
Damn, and I did. I had it pulled up because
I saw it.
Yeah. God damn. Well.
No, don't worry. He's coming back.
Yeah.
And the next time he comes back, we are going to talk nothing but his music. Oh, shit. We ain't talking about no industry shit. We ain't getting into none of that. We're gonna get into his goddamn craft.
That's crazy.
But today, he dropped gems, and I would implore you to go back, watch this shit, take what you need up out of it because you need it.
Yes. Yes.
And that's being real, and that's keeping it a buck. And with that being said, you want to give us just the outro beat? No, that's outro beat.
I'd be goddamn if that wasn't perfect. I'd be goddamn.
It is what it is. This has been Unwrapped.
Oh shit.
With Show You Suck, D-Naj Reno, Swag God, myself, Heat Detector. Once again, thank you for coming. We're gonna have him back so we can talk his music shit. His music shit. Not classroom. This was a classroom tonight. This was a lecture on what to do. This was a symposium. This was everything that you needed. This was music for dummies. All right? Without the book.
I'm mad at that.
All right, with that being said, this has been Unwrapped. We'll be back at it like crack addicts next motherfucking Friday. You already know.
Good night, motherfuckers.
Motherfucker, we about to vibe a little bit. Peace.